Hey guys, I'm Chris on the Vine, and tonight I want to tell you guys about something that I haven't seen on YouTube yet. It could be out there, but I'm going to tell you about something that you really need to know. And I don't think there's enough videos about this. So stick with me to find out. So, you're on your way home from work. You don't have any cellar defenders. You stop at a gas station. You notice a little bit warm in there, but they've got some decent wine. You're in a decent neighborhood. They've got a couple good bottles. Maybe they got something like this or something like this. Probably not something like this, because if they have this, then they know better. But I've noticed this where I live, in the city where I live, as a lot of the gas stations are about 75, 78 degrees. And you go in there and these wines are in there. And you'll notice if you go to Total Wine, a lot of the vintages, they're not even ready. They're 2022, they're 2021. Most of these wines should probably be cellared for a year or two, or three, or four, or five. Or if they're Bordeaux, 10 or 20 or 30. But you go to the gas station and you're just getting like a $20 or $30 bottle of wine. If that wine has been sitting there for a year, 2 years, 3 years. I picked up a bottle the other day at a gas station I'd never been to, and I said, man, I hate to ask you this. The guy looked like the owner. I go, how long has this wine been sitting on this shelf? And he goes, ooh, about a year. It was probably 79 degrees in there. It was kicking on 80. I bought the bottle of wine just to see. And I opened the bottle of that wine, and sure enough, a lot of the fruit was really muted. It had kind of it wasn't very expressive. A big misunderstanding that people have. I know a lot of people that have told me they collect wine, and then they just have the wine in like their closet, or they have it like in a rack in their house. They have like a wooden rack in their closet or something, and the wine's just sitting there, and they've had that wine in their closet for 10 or 20 years at 74 degrees. You can't do that. That wine's cooked after a couple of years. That wine's it's not gonna age properly. So if you stop at a gas station and it's 80 degrees in there, I wouldn't even buy wine. If you stop at a liquor store and it's 72 degrees, but there's a bottle in there that says 2016, and I've seen this before. I saw this. I asked him, hey, did you order like a bunch of this a long time ago and you've had this, or did you just get this? And he's like, no, I ordered a couple cases of that like 3 years ago, and it just sells slow. So I knew that wine had been standing upright in that store, which it was a convenience store in a nice neighborhood that had good wine. Like they had wines in there up to about $300. They had like Insignia, they had some good Napas, they had Bordeaux in there. But I'm thinking, man, like it's cool in here, but this wine's, in my head I'm thinking, this wine's been here for 3 years. Especially if you're going to buy a bottle of wine that's $300. He had a bottle of Insignia in there, and it was $360 for a Phelps Insignia. So if you go in, the point of this video is and I'm going to get into the chain of custody too. I've ordered bottles of wine off websites, different websites, and they're older. And I noticed on certain websites I ordered older bottles, and I saw on the website that they buy wine from individuals. There's no chain of custody for this wine. So you don't know where that wine's been. They're buying wine off people, and people are saying, oh yeah, it was in my cellar, but you have no idea where that wine's been, and it's a 2005. I spent a couple $100s on a few bottles of wine from one particular website. I'm not going to name names, but the wine came and it just wasn't good. The acidity was gone. It was just kind of flat or flabby. It was just different issues with the wine. And then you're on Cellar Tracker and people are going, oh yeah, this 2005 vintage, it blew my mind. And you're like, why does mine just seem okay? Like this wine's not good. There's 2 different websites I stopped ordering wine off of. really a lot of people that get deep into wine that have been buying wine for a long time, they get their wine from the winery or from a very trusted website with good reviews, and they have been buying their wine from the same distributor for a long time. Certain well-known wine distributors that are online, they get the wine direct from the winery, and then they store it at 55 degrees until they ship it to your house, and then they ship it with a cold pack overnight. And this isn't something you're really thinking about when you're buying $30 or $40 bottles of wine. But if you get into wine and you're going online and you're ordering a bottle of 2005 Lafite or 2000 or whatever, and you're spending $1,000 or $1,500, you really want like a chain of custody of where that wine's been. You want to know that that wine was at the chateau or the winery, and then it was at that wine merchant, and then it was shipped to your house. So the point of this video is be careful where you buy your wine. Be mindful of the temperature of the building you're standing in and what vintage the wine is. If you're standing in a building that's 80 degrees and it says 2016 on the bottle, that wine's cooked. It's long gone. And if you go and you order wine from somewhere, know where you're ordering your wine. That's all. This video is kind of boring. It's kind of serious, but I haven't seen one of these videos on YouTube. I'm sure these videos are out there, but in the beginning of my wine journey, I was just ordering wine from everybody, and I'm getting bottles I have no idea where they came from. I have no idea where they've been, and I'm getting bottles that they're not showing great. And I'm spending $100, $200, $300 a bottle and drinking, and I'm pouring it in the glass and going, this is not that good. So I don't want to name names. I have my merchants that I go through now. Also, if you're new into wine and you're going to Total Wine, a lot of their wines there are 21, 22. These wines need a really long decant. These wines should be kept as long as you can keep them. Like I got this from Costco and it's a 2021, and this wine, they know that people are going to open this and drink it. Some places I think have the 2022 already. So, but there's a wine shop by the gym that I go to that has this, and it's the 2020, and that one's drinking perfect. And I trust that wine shop. So I go there and I get these bottles and I drink them. This one's a 2021 from Costco. I would have liked to leave this in my cellar, but it's one of those things. Anyway, did I ramble on enough? Are you gone? You're not here anymore, are you? That's okay. Maybe I'll shoot another video.